What's going on, guys? It's Lewis here with Crypto Elite. It is December 6th, although when you're watching this, it'll probably be December 7th because this video is a Trading Tuesday video where I go over the markets and share with you what I'm doing, what my game plan is, and what I'm buying, what I'm selling, what prices I'm buying, what prices I'm selling. All in the hopes of helping you learn how I trade, learn how to make money in these cryptocurrency markets, and also learn how to protect your capital and a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's get into it. But before we do, I just want to go over a couple things. Check out my last video, all my current trades from the December 4th crash. As you know, there was a huge crash on Friday and the markets just dumped and tanked. I bought up a lot of cryptocurrency, especially Ethereum. You could see all of the different coins that I bought up for my trades in here in this video. And if you go to my channel, if you just click on the little my little button, you could actually also click this right here, which is my entire portfolio revealed, and you will see my entire portfolio, or almost my entire portfolio, because obviously I've added things, I've subtracted things, I've done a couple things, but you'll see my overall strategy and a bunch of stuff in that video as well. Of course, if you watched Crypto Crashing, Time to Hedge, or Quick Market Update, or Trading Tuesday, you probably would have been hedged at least a little bit, taken at least a little bit of profits off the table, or hopefully a lot of profits off the table. That's why I think that watching these videos is really important if you want to get a nice big weekly update of the markets. And of course, if you want the if you want the immediate response of what I'm doing, join the Discord group. Join the Discord group at cryptoelite.com/Discord. You can find that right over here at cryptoelite.com/Discord. I have the free Discord and I have the VIP. In the VIP, I literally give every single thing out exactly as I'm doing it, just like nonstop. And then Crypto Elite free Discord, I post a bunch of things in there as well, and have the chat, but really, all the alpha is in the Crypto Elite VIP. Although I do share, a lot of information in the free Discord as well, and it's actually a really good, awesome, growing community. I'm pretty stoked about it. I'm pretty happy about where things are about this community. It's pretty tight. Some good traders in there, some good analysts, just some good macro outlook, and just a good community overall. And eventually, I want to have things like meetups, maybe Crypto Elite VIP type of excursions or something where we could all meet up, go on a trip somewhere. That would be pretty awesome. And there's so much more in store for the future. But with saying all that, let's actually get to the meat of this update. First off, we are getting a nice bounce. Really nice bounce across the board in a lot of alts, a lot of cryptocurrencies coming off of that December 4th crash. So really, really good news. I actually just sold 20% of the Ethereum that I bought down here, and I am just in cash for that position. I sold off some of the BAT that I had, that I have purchased, and I sold it right around where it is right now, current position. And I'm looking for some plays to get into. Matic, missed out on Matic. Really, really wish that I bought more. Sold it, and then I just forgot to buy more. It's super annoying, but you can't win them all, Matic is looking super strong, though. I mean, look at this. We had this insane crash. It's already back to nearly where it was just before the crash. A lot of these coins are back to where they nearly were before the crash. So we're going to be looking at that and noticing if it's really something to be worried about. I am a little bit worried. I'm not going to lie. It is. I'm trying to be cautious, but at the same time, a lot of things have gotten liquidated. A lot of people have got liquidated, and now we're moving back up on different coins. Although some coins aren't as much, but from the looks of it right now, we are getting really nice bounces, at least across most of the cryptocurrency space. Some of them are still down. Some of them are definitely still down. Engine hasn't had a huge bounce, but it has had a little bit of a bounce. Let's just see if there's any other ones that stand out to me. I'm not really in any of these, so I don't really know. But BNB, it has had a little bit of a bounce, but not the best bounce. So a couple of them have had good bounces, but some others, obviously have not. And so we're gonna get into all that in the last update. However, what I did was I added Binance All Markets, which you could see right here. And so this has 873 tokens or cryptocurrencies on this or in this watch list. I did explain how to get the watch lists like this brand new into your trading view in my last video, or not my last video, but I think it was this video, Trading Tuesday, my last Trading Tuesday. So you could watch that if you want to know how to get this. And what I'm saying is that I'm going to continue doing what I was doing last video, which was basically going through all of the coins that are on Coinbase, adding them to this Binance All Markets watch list, and then highlighting them or flagging them as blue. And these are ones that I'll go over, initially or during most of my Trading Tuesdays. And then I will look into other ones that may not actually be on Coinbase. Maybe they're on KuCoin, maybe they're on Binance, or maybe they're not even on any of them. Maybe they're on Uniswap, and I'll go over those as well, because I do have a couple that I want to go over that I'm not sure, or I don't know if they are or they are not on Coinbase. In fact, some of them are not on Coinbase. Something called Dusel, I believe. I wrote this down. Sorry, I wrote this down not that good. But there's Mute, Sys, Luna, IMX, DYDX, Matic, of course, Zcash, Ducey, I guess, and LRC. There's a lot of them that I want to look into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over all of these ones that I have highlighted right now, and then I will continue highlighting the Coinbase ones. So let me go and highlight at least a few more Coinbase coins, and then I'll get right back to you so that we have a lot of cryptocurrencies that we could go over. All right, cool. So I just went through and added a whole bunch of coins that are available on Coinbase, and Coinbase lists them well after Binance does. So in order to get the most accurate the accurate chart with the most amount of ticks, or most amount of, what do I want to say here? Candlesticks. There you go. I went and I got the Binance charts and I highlighted them, or I put I flagged them in blue. So now we have all of them that are available, all the coins that are available on Coinbase, except we have the Binance chart. So we get way more available charting, way more. Oh my gosh, why am I forgetting these things? Candlesticks, way more candlesticks than we would have otherwise if we were just used to use the Coinbase charts. Anyway, on to the other topic. I'm going to be going over all of these coins, basically. I'm just going to be going over all of them, looking for the key levels. Mostly all of them I'm going to be going over against Bitcoin, because what's the point of being in crypto if your cryptocurrency is not outperforming Bitcoin? And just like the last video, hopefully in this video, you will see that a lot of these coins are not outperforming Bitcoin. So why are you holding them? Why are you trading them? Just buy Bitcoin and hold it. However, if you get into some of the good buy zones for these coins against Bitcoin, then you should probably get in on them. So yeah, I have these, and most of them are against Bitcoin. I will be adding them against the USDT value, because I will be eventually having two accounts, one account against Bitcoin, one account against USD, and we will see at the end of the day which account ends up growing faster. I will simply have 2 accounts. I will put $100,000 into both accounts and trade one of them solely against Bitcoin, trade the other solely against USDT, and that will be an incredible challenge. And then, of course, I will have another account that will be simply the buy and hodl method, and we'll see how well that gets me. And it'll be awesome to compare all of these things throughout the years. It just took a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of basically figuring out how I was going to do that, because I had to get my money off of certain exchanges, put money on different exchanges, and just a whole bunch of stuff happened. But I'm almost there, so expect a lot of really cool features in the future. Not to mention, I will also have a completely free write-up of a risk management entire write-up, like huge PDF for you to download for free if you want. That's coming very soon. So there's just so much in the works. Anyway, let's get back to this market update. Sorry, I am all over the place. I have like ADD right now. We're going to do all those. We're going to do all these coins. First thing is we have to do what I always do in these market scans, which is not just look at the charts, but I look at the fundamentals, okay? You got to look at the things like the Bitcoin Bull Run Index, the Pi Cycle Indicator, the MVRV Z-Score, the R hodl ratio, Rainbow Chart, Fear and Greed Index, and so much more. So we're going to go over all these and then basically start charting. So I'm going to open all these up in different tabs, and I will be right back. All right, guys. So before we get into the charts, of course, we're going to have our main big fundamental analysis overview, although I will admit, it doesn't really say much. We just started doing this last week, but from now on, we will always start out with the Crypto Bitcoin Bull Run Index, CBBI. But it's at 55, so really, honestly, does not tell us much. 55, that's in the middle. You know, it takes into account, are we at the top or are we at the bottom, using all of these different metrics. So, you know, here we are, snap dab in the middle. For this one, if it's over 95, I exit. If it's under 10, then I buy. But 55 doesn't really say anything. Then we got the Pi Cycle Top Indicator. This one, I mean, it did go off and we're going down, but personally, I'm still bullish that we're going to have another upswing up. However, you never know. But the way I'm looking at this is we had our flush out, and then we had a high, a low, a higher high, a higher low. Now we're on our way up again, or at least I hope so. Next up, we got our MVRV Z-Score. Once again, really, this tells you if it's up here, you know, scale out. If it's down here, scale in. So can't really use this all too much, or at least however I want to use it. Can't use it all too much. Then we got the R hodl ratio. Same thing. You know, like it's the same thing. These are the areas to look at. If it's here or if it's here, that's when you want to take a lot of action. Like most of the time, crypto is pretty boring. Most of the time, trading is pretty boring. But when it's down here, when it's up here, that's when things get really exciting. So if it gets there, I will know and I will inform everybody. Of course, we got the rainbow chart, snap dab in the hodl section at 53,000, 49,000. And it's just a hodl, so time to just keep on hodling, I guess. Fear and Greed Index, 38, 4 hours ago. Maybe it is different now. Let's check. 38, they did not update it. This one is at 25, still at 25. So it's at 25. For me, when the Fear and Greed Index is under 15, that's when I buy. So being at 25 doesn't really it's not enough for me to act upon. Next up, we got the total market cap. You can see it hit its all-time highs back in May, then crashed, created 2 lows, popped back up to the all-time highs. Great. Crashed again, popped back up to the all-time highs, was able to overcome it, flip it into support, go all new all-time highs in November. And the total market cap for all of cryptocurrency has been slowly just draining down. If it comes back up here, then this is back to the big resistance level. And I will definitely sell a lot of my cryptocurrencies if I see that the total market cap is up here. This is probably where Bitcoin will have another downward move for a little bit, and then pop back up, hopefully, and then flip this again, and then keep on going up. After that, we have total 2. This is a little worrisome because this is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin. And as you could see, we had the top back in May, crash. And then we had the second top in September, crashed. We finally were able to overcome it on the third attempt and flip it into support, but the support never held, and now it is resistance. So we are hitting the resistance. A little worried that a lot of alts will crash over the next couple days. And so I will be de-risking a lot just based off of this chart. I already de-risked some of my Ethereum and some of my other coins. On the good news, we do have the funding rate in the negative, which is bullish right now, at least over the next 8 or so hours. So this is something that I'm going to start using in my analysis. If all of the funding rates are negative across the board, that's really bullish. If they're all positive across the board, especially if they're pretty high, then that leads to a higher probability of everyone getting liquidated and losing all their money. But these are negative, which means that you get paid if you get paid to go long right now. So more people are either more people are net short, or the market is just in favor of longs, which is why they're in green. It says it right here. It says that funding rates that are 0.01 are black because they're neutral. Funding rates below 0.01 are green because it's bullish. And then funding rates above 0.01% are red because it's bearish. The stronger the bearish or bullish sentiment, the darker the color. So I guess this is dark. This is much darker than this, or this is much darker than, yeah, I'm trying to find the, the different colors in here. Okay, guys, it's time for the charts. So we're going to start off with the dominance, the altcoin dominance. You can see that altcoins are moving up, coming back up into that huge resistance area. So I will definitely be scaling off a lot of alts right here. 1, 2, 3, I don't know how many more days, maybe within the next 3-4 days. It would be really smart to start scaling out of some alts right around here, as we can see the RSI and stock RSI tick back up. It's possible that it ticks back up, and we get this third touch of this heavy resistance. Others I don't really pay attention to, and of course the Bitcoin dominance levels is just saying that if Bitcoin dominance comes down here, this is where you should de-risk and go back into stables, and that's the same thing for the altcoin dominance as well. Now let's finally move on to Bitcoin. So what can we see with Bitcoin? We could see on the monthly chart that it closed above the previous monthly close, and then obviously has fallen since then. The biggest monthly support is obviously around $30,000. Personally, I don't see Bitcoin going below 30,000, and if it reaches back here, I am doing everything in my power to buy as much Bitcoin as humanly possible. So I don't care. I will sell my car. I will move back in with my parents. I will sell my condo. I don't care. I will take out a loan. I will do whatever I need to do if Bitcoin reaches $30,000 to buy more Bitcoin again, because that is 56% almost off the top, and that to me, if I could get Bitcoin at 56% off the top, that's a steal in my opinion, even though it technically could fall back down to I guess 20,000 ish and still be in a bull market. Although it's always, in my opinion, I think Bitcoin will always continually be in a bull market in the long term. I look at long term, and it's pretty obvious Bitcoin is here to stay for the bull market. But right now, you can see we didn't really sustain that well of momentum, as the RSI is we got that bearish divergence on the monthly. Maybe on the weekly it shows something a little bit better. I mean, yeah, it's still a little bit, it's still bearish bearish on the weekly too. But now we're all, or it was bearish back here, right? But now we are sort of bullish on the weekly. And if you look at Bitcoin's market cap, you could see that, the next plausible area to sell would be up here. So because this was the previous, if we go down to the daily, this was the previous support, right? Support over here, resistance. So this area is the most likely area for it to reverse from, which means that Bitcoin and pretty much everything else still has room to run. So short term over the next couple of days, I'm not bearish. I'm not really that bearish. In fact, I do expect continuation to the upside over the short term, especially over the next few days. Look at this: oversold indicators, the liquidations of the futures trading, and just overall fear of the market. Plus, we're pretty far away from the moving averages, and I feel like we could pop up some over the next few days. With saying that, I have sold 20% of my Ethereum position right here, and I'll sell. I said I'll sell 10% here, but I'm probably gonna end up selling. Probably gonna sell 10% right here as well. Sell 10% here, because of what we saw with the total market cap, and the alternative dominance levels. Like, these are the areas that I want to de-risk, so it should move up a little bit. So that's why I'm gonna start de-risking. I'll de-risk a little bit more up here at $4,500. Going along to DeFi Perp, which is basically like a big index of different DeFi plays. You can see that it wicked down to the buy zone right here, which is pretty awesome. Even though this was literally the buy zone for this move up, was 61.8. I suppose it was a 61.8 for this move up as well from the entire move up. But yeah, it hit the buy zone and jumped. And like I said, I could see it moving up at least a little bit more from here. Everything is in the oversold territory, so more likely to move up. Quant, I'll do quant because everyone loves quant, or I'm known for quant, I guess. Like I mentioned in my last video, I loaded up on my quant at first I loaded up at 212. That was a big buy right here for me, or maybe it was right here was my big buy, my original big buy. Should have sold it up here, but I didn't. I just held it. I was planning on waiting until it here and then here to sell, but I held on to it, and then I bought a bunch down here at 148, and I'm just gonna hold this. I'm holding this quant. I'm not planning on selling any of this quant until it reaches here, here, and here. These are my 3 sell levels with the intention of buying back lower. All of the intention is to buy back lower. So that's quant. And now what we could do is we can go into my market scan, or my Binance All Markets watch list, and start going through basically all of the different cryptocurrencies. Most of them are against Bitcoin, and all of them are on Coinbase, and then we'll go into a few other ones that aren't on Coinbase. So let's do that. Let's just start off by charting them, and we will I'll tell you my thoughts. And we get by charting all of these, you could do a lot of things. One, you practice makes perfect. 2, you get a good overview of the entire market by looking not at an index, but at literally every single cryptocurrency. 3, you see the true values of every single cryptocurrency, and you could determine which ones that are better to get into. Basically, which ones have been outperforming Bitcoin. 4, you get to see the narratives, any narratives are playing, because usually particular groups of coins, whether that be the multiverse, the metaverse, the gaming coins, the NFT, whatever, or the DeFi, or the there's layer ones, whatever, you'll see the groups of coins that are pumping, and you'll be more in the know of the narrative. So there's a lot of reasons of why I go through every single one individually. And so I'm going to start doing that, and then we'll get back. I'll relaunch this, And so we're going to start off on 1 inch, and I will be right back. All right, so 1 inch, super easy. If you start off on the left side of the chart, you can see it had the major pump on the listing, then the dump, established support, had a nice run up with the market in January of 21, just like everything else. Had the dump and established a midline or a support. And then, of course, moved back up, never reached the old highs that it made in February, and then proceeded to dump. And this entire area was chop. I feel bad for anyone who tried to trade this area because they must have got chopped up tremendously. Finally, it had a huge pump, exit liquidity up here, and now it's down below the midline, which means that once it pumps up to this midline, if you're holding 1 inch, it may be in your best interest to convert it over to Bitcoin or sell it. And that is 1 inch. Let's move on to Aave. And if we go down into the hourly, you might be able to put on this trade because you could see we had the flush out, and then everyone probably longed right here because they were like, oh yeah, we're going to go higher now. And then of course it dumped and it liquidated all the people or stopped out all the people who went long right here, who put their stop down here. And now it's actually going on its real run. It's very overbought right now immediately. So maybe if it pops down here, could snag up a trade for 6%. Yeah, I wouldn't put like too much Bitcoin into this trade because just overall I don't really like the way this coin is, but it did just have the change of the exponential moving averages crossing over like just now, although it did have it back here too, and that didn't work out very well, but we didn't have this flush out, so that's a possibility. You can see last time we had that was right here, and it's basically been in bearish territory for a long time on the 1 hour chart, but this is a pretty quick trade, super simple. Next up, we got Aave, an incredibly popular DeFi token, which has been absolutely suffering against the hands of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market over the past really 5-6 months now, 7 months, 8 months almost. Jeez. Yeah. And look at this. This is the weekly chart. You can see the RSI is slowly bleeding. That just looks absolutely horrendous. No hope. It looks like there's no hope for Aave. Perhaps if Aave gets down here, this is where I will put some buys in, but right now it just looks dead. So nothing for Aave. Next up, we have everyone's favorite coin, Cardano. I know it's not everyone's favorite coin, but yeah, we have Cardano against Bitcoin, which since August has been doing horrendous, losing so much of its value. Solid 50 to 55% from the top. And yeah, it fell below this major support. This was a big support area. I did really want to buy it here. Really wanted to buy it here. It was in the plans, but then Cardano is rumored to be getting delisted on eToro, and that was due to regulatory uncertainties. And so if you have something that has regulatory uncertainties, is that something you want to trade? Like, that's why I got out of Ripple XRP years ago, and I got into other coins that didn't have the regulatory uncertainty and didn't have the crap surrounding them, and they blew up. You know, imagine taking your XRP, and instead of holding XRP, you put it into Cardano down here, or you put it into Solana, or you put it into Luna. There's better options than the ones that have regulatory uncertainty. So maybe if it comes down here, I'll buy a Moonbag and hold. But until then, I'm not interested in Cardano anymore. Not to mention, a lot of the market tanked just days after the regulatory uncertainty for Cardano happened. So maybe there's regulatory uncertainty for other coins as well, and we're heading into a real bear market. because maybe the whales know this and the insiders know this. And so they're just preparing by selling off early before everyone else. Could be possible. Anyway, even though technically ADA should go up even against Bitcoin and have some resistance right here, I just don't want to risk it. So I don't really want to trade ADA except for if it comes down here. And that's that. Next up, we got AION or ION. Not much. Well, actually, I need to actually chart this out. So give me a second here. Going into the daily on AION against Tether, at least, AION against Tether is at a major support. You could see this was the major resistance, finally flipped into support, major support, major resistance, major support, major resistance. Now it's at major support. So technically it's at major support. Could have a trade set up, go like this, real easy, 11% drawdown, 100% possible upside potential if it were to reach this level again, which was drawn out a long time ago and continually being respected. So this is a possible trade. However, and this is a big however, I don't know if I would actually trade AION. I mean, yeah, I probably would, but the thing to keep in mind is to take a look at it against Bitcoin. It doesn't look like something you really want to trade. There's no history of it pumping very much. So it makes me want to go into Bitcoin more than this coin. And at least we're getting, I was going to say higher highs, higher lows. Higher lows. But yeah, no, we're still pretty much underneath the major. I would like it to flip. I would really like it to flip this major resistance level, or at least this is now a major resistance level that it needs to flip. Yeah, it needs to do something. It just doesn't really look good. There's no point in trading this. Just the probability isn't there, you know? You want to trade stuff with high probability. So let's look at Algo against Bitcoin. Algo against Bitcoin, doing very well. In fact, if you would have put your Bitcoin into Algo anytime this year, from January 1st all the way to September, so 9 months, you had 9 months of buying Algo and holding Algo, and it would have and has outperformed holding Bitcoin. That is impressive. That's definitely impressive for Algo. I do like it. So I actually bought a lot of Algo right here, sold a lot right here. I'm still in this trade, and let me just do a little bit more analysis on it. So yeah, I'm going to be holding on to this trade, and what I'll actually do is I'll just bring my stop loss up. I'll bring my stop loss up to here, to 3138. So let me just do that if it's even possible. Yeah, so this is now my stop loss right here. Yeah, I'm going to move my stop loss up to 3158 for this trade, and I'll keep my take profit there. Moving on to Anchor Protocol. I did have this trade on right here, but I got stopped out of it, as you could see, because I put it on when it hit right here, because I thought I was getting at the 61.8 or front running it, but this wick is way too big. I definitely should have had this be the top and had this be the trade setup right here, because there was this more confluence of the 61.8, the exponential moving averages, and the previous support. So that was definitely a mistake. And I could honestly see it either totally getting rejected right here again, or coming up here and then falling back down. But as of the time being, I'm out of Anchor because I put on a trade and then I got stopped out on it. I am, however, in an Anchor USDT trade, which I bought right here, obviously, hoping to get a second entry down here and bring my average buy price to right here, but that never happened. And I believe I said previously I was going to hold it up until here, but honestly, I feel like I just want to get out at break even at this one. So I'm going to set my take profit to break even now. Next up, we have Atom. I'm sure everyone loves Atom, right? So we got Atom, and I have 2 buy orders in. I have 1 buy order on this diagonal line and 1 buy order down here. If either of them get hit, I'm going to be selling 50% at here because, I mean, come on, look at this level. Look at all the resistance this level poses. So I'll sell 50% here, and then I'll try to sell 50% here, and I'll have my stop underneath the diag and underneath here if need be. So that will be my play, but it needs to, it just needs to drop down to one of these, to this level, and then to this level, or to this level for me to be in. Up next, we have Avax. Avax, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an order in for down here to buy it and then sell it right here. A good stop limit will depend on where the price drops to, and I'll put that in after the daily close. And yeah, so this is a great support, really good support area right here. It also has this support right here underneath of it. So there's a lot of reasons to be bullish on Avax. I think it has more TVL than Ethereum at this point, actually. But Avax is going to be my trade for Avax. And I'm not totally sure if we went over Avax USDT, but basically I got in here. I wish I got in here because I put the Fibonacci like this, and I got in at the 61.8, but ideally I should have put the Fibonacci like this and got in down here. Would have made a lot more sense. But regardless, I think that it's going to come up here. So I'm going to take my profit at $103 for Avax. Next up, we have Axie Infinity, or AXS, or Axis. And I had my trade right here. Got stopped out for a 3% loss. No big deal. So I could delete that, and I could delete that because now Axie is in a downtrend. I don't want to get into it. Next stop would be right here. And I believe that I could put a trade on at this level for something like this. If we take the Fibonacci from this top, and let's say that this is the bottom, should be able to get at least to up here for 14% gain. So I will try that and see what happens. As for Axis against Tether, it broke down, and I do believe it will pump back up to around $120, maybe $117, and then fall back down unless Axie can jump past 118 and close above 119. Then I am not looking to buy Axie Infinity or Axis tokens because this is bearish. This is now a bearish retest, just like how back here it broke down. I would not want to get in unless it closed back above this support level, which it did right here. And then you could get in and you could put your stop loss right here. That would have worked out very well. Now it broke below this support level. So I don't want to get in unless it comes back and closes above it. And then I can put my stop loss right underneath this wick right here. Like, maybe you get the point, right over there. And that would be the most ideal trade setup for Axis. Or you could short it from here, from this level. Try shorting it and then take your profits right here and maybe even lower. So that is Axie USD. You could see what I'm looking at right now. Balancer looks terrible. I don't even want to look at this. All right, so it is at the lows right here, which is really good. There is a potential trade setup on the USD pair. I really don't like this Bitcoin pair though. I mean, look at it. It just looks terrible. So I'm not going to trade Balancer. I'm not even going to put that on the books. Not even going to put that on the list. And to be honest, Band doesn't look any better. We got the bounce from the 61.8. Wait, no, we didn't. Hold on. There we go. It's from here. So we got the bounce from the 61.8 from here all the way back up here. And then we just crashed again. And then we, bounced and crashed through it. And I mean, we're nearly at a 100% retrace for Band against Bitcoin. This is insane. What does the USDT chart look like? Okay. Hold on a second. You know what? For Balancer against Bitcoin, it's low. It's at the lowest possible price. It's at the lowest price it's ever been in ever. For Band, Band has some support right here. Okay, that it does have some support right here. And this is the Bitcoin chart. Let's go to the daily. Decent support. And against USDT, it did bounce from the support, from the ideal buy zone. So if it comes down here on USDT, I would probably actually want to buy some. You could put your stop right here, buy here, put your stop here. Let me put that in for you. So it goes something like this. And then if we have another bull market, potential 110% gains, but because of the uncertainty, I would probably take my profit here instead. 77% gains, or at least I would take partial profits here. Yeah, and this is going to be my trade for Band. All right, so next up we have BAT, and this one I took my profits on already, so I'm done with this trade. I'm already out of it. I don't really think that there's a point. I don't know. I would get in if it comes back down here. I would get in again. Yeah, if you look at the weekly chart, you could see that this is a big resistance. It's pretty close to the resistance, and the support is down here. So it's all the way 31% up, and there's not that much longer 13-14% until it hits the resistance. So the RR just isn't good anymore. But like if it comes back down here, I would definitely put on another trade, because you could see there's just so much support here. It easily bounced once. I think that it could definitely come back down here and bounce again to reach up here one more time. So I'll put another trade on. It'll look something like this, and I'll use the 4 hour. So I'll do something along the lines of this if it comes back down here. So yeah, that's going to be my trade setup. Okay, so next up we have Bancor Network, BNT. Against Bitcoin, it's definitely not good. You can see it broke the support and just has retested as resistance and consolidating. I mean, I don't really want to get into Bancor. Also against USD, maybe you could get in here and try to get up here, but there's some resistance. This diagonal line is some resistance, and there's just other plays that seem better. If it comes down here, though, I would get in if it comes down here, because this is the last support and also previous highs back in 2020. So seems like a really good support area right over here at $2.80 for Bancor. As for the Bitcoin level, I would want to get in at 30% below where it is in hopes of getting the bounce from somewhere in here. Although, to be honest, I'd probably want to bring this down a notch I'd probably bring it down here to get into the bottom. So Bancor, not really something I'm looking at. Let's look at CHZ, Chiliz though. Chiliz looks really good. Hold up. Let me look at it against Bitcoin. Not sure why that was not highlighted. So let me do this quickly. Symbol, flag, and now it should have Chiliz, ABC. There you go. Against Bitcoin. Wow. Literally has been chopped since March. So January, February, March. And then just has been in this range. Very, very easy to see. Huge range over here. And just consolidating, chopping everyone up. Of course, there's the smaller range, which is right here. And I guess you could bring this up a little bit. And this is the real range. So let's take a look at this chart, see if there's anything that we could think about it or that we could do with this. Okay, so to be honest, I actually can see a pretty good trade setup for Chiliz. Look, every single time it wicked down here, it popped back up. Every single time it's continually popped back up, except for right here. It broke down. This was a clear look at this. Instead of coming back up and retesting it, like just coming back up to here, allowing people to get in, it shot all the way back up, and then the whales got out, and then they bought back down here, and then we're able to get out again. And so this is actually a really good area to get into Chiliz, to be honest. And I would happily take this trade. I think this is a pretty solid trade. You could even do a 1-to-1, and it's totally fine, even though I like to do greater than 1-to-1s. But this would be the trade setup for Bitcoin. Yeah, so it would be a 1.84 risk to reward. This would be the trade setup for Bitcoin, and then for USDT, it's also at a pretty solid place. And then this would be the trade setup for the for CHZ chilies against USDT. It's just, I mean, consolidation region, breakout, move higher, come back to the support. It's back at the support, and overall things are supposed to move up more. So at least a little bit. So probability wise, I would think that this is a pretty high probability trade. Okay, so I have continued to just go through the different coins, and I've actually been noticing that a lot of these cryptocurrencies are actually at the bottoms of many of both their USDT and their Bitcoin pairings. So let's go to comp, look at Bitcoin, comp against Bitcoin. This was the low. Then it had this huge rally against Bitcoin. It's at the low again. I mean, it's at the low again. So technically speaking, it's at the most major support there possibly can be. Everything is oversold and ticking upwards. So things for comp pretty good. So I'm going to grab some comp here. There's also comp against USDT. And if you look at this chart, you could see that we hit the previous support, and now we're moving up, just like how we hit the support here, bounced up, came back down, hit it one more time, and then bounced up again. We hit the support, bounced up, came back down, hit it, and now it looks like we're moving up. So yeah, I'm getting into comp. And then there's CRV curve, doing just higher lows, and higher highs continually. Curve looks really good against that, and so it looks okay against Bitcoin, but then against Tether, it's good as well, because there's all of this previous resistance turned to support, and it held, so that's good. And then there's also this huge diag support as well that you could use to get in if it comes down. So for curve, I'm going to buy some here, and if it comes down here, I'm going to double down on my position for curve. And that's curve against Bitcoin. That's curve against USDT. They're both looking good. Then there's CTSI. Look at CTSI against Bitcoin. It had this huge diagonal support, came back down, and it tapped it. Plus there's the moving averages over here. Plus there's the previous, I guess the previous support is honestly, or horizontal support, which is weighted more than the diagonal, is all the way down here, but could be a good opportunity to grab some here, double down here, or grab some here with a stop loss, and then put on a second trade down here if it comes down here. But still looks pretty solid to me for CTSI against Bitcoin. CTSI against USDT, I'm putting this trade on because, I mean, look at it. Look at this incredible diagonal support, and it actually does come along with the horizontal support. All this resistance back here turned into support right here, resistance again, support again, and then again support. So I bought some here, and if it happens to come down here, I'm going to buy some more. So yeah, I'm definitely opening up some positions for curve, comps, CTSI. Even looking at Dash, look at Dash. This is all-time charts against Bitcoin. It's at the support. Against USDT, it touched the major support and then bounced. Man, yeah, everything's sort of touching big supports. Doge still not touching the big support. I will be buying a huge bag of Doge if it comes down here. That's for sure. USDT value is about 9 cents. So at 0.095, I definitely will be a huge buyer of Doge. If it hits here, and DOT, let's look at DOT. DOT is really scaring me because this is actually a resistance, so this should be red, and I don't like that at all because obviously I have a huge position in DOT, but you have to, I'm just holding it. It's my investment portfolio. If it comes back up here, I'll probably sell some, but that's DOT against Bitcoin. And then DOT against USDT is right at this support. So USDT against DOT is right at support. And that's bullish. So that's really good. Plus there's all these wicks, a lot of buying pressure right here. Very good. Plus obviously oversold territory for the RSI, Dodge RSI, oversold, and ticking up on the MACD, which is, hold on a second, install on quit, I'll just do that, which is creating a bullish divergence, which is really good. So I do like DOT here. I suppose I will buy more and double down here for my DOT. Looking at Engine Coin, we actually have a couple I need to look at. Give me 1 second. Okay, so someone asked about KDA, Quant, Engine, and Theta. So I'm going to go into these right now because I'm finally getting to Engine. So let's look at Engine. Engine against Bitcoin. Okay, Engine is one that I'm actually not bullish on. Engine is one that did very, very, very well in the metaverse with the whole metaverse thing over last October and November, all of October and mostly all of November, except for the last couple days. And then obviously it had its downturn and it's right below, it fell below the support, which was the old previous highs. It's not my favorite on the Bitcoin pairing. How about the USDT pairing? Let's check it out. Should probably have been down here. Okay, so yeah, that definitely should have been down there. Okay, so on the USDT pairing, I got my entry. I already got my entry here. My exit should be here because this is a clear resistant. Yeah, this is definitely where I'm going to be exiting my position right here at 3.161. Okay, so I just answered his question from the Quant, Engine, KDA, Theta. When it comes to Quant, I bought it at like 147 and I'm going to sell 30% out 244 and then another 10% up here at 314 and then 90% up here. I don't care if it crashes to literally $20 at this point. I'm holding my Quants until the next bull market. It's my golden gem. Next up, we have Engine, and for Engine, I bought it here and I bought it down here. I'm selling 50% up here and I'm taking the rest up here, 90% of the rest up here. If it falls down, I did, however, for Engine, I raised my stop loss to right around here. So if it falls, I will get stopped out in profit. I don't know how I really feel about that, but I'm doing it. Next up, we have KDA. KDA, I said that for my trade setup, I put a sell order at break even and I caught that the other day. So I bought it here on a trade and then I realized that it broke down and so I want to get out. So I actually set my take profit for right here and it came up and I took my profit. So I got out of that trade and freed up some capital. So now I could actually buy back in for a more investment type style. Wouldn't be bad. In fact, I might actually do that. But yeah, that was that. And so if you're in a trade, I'd probably have a sell order for the same price. As far as my investment account goes, I'm selling at 26.6 and $84. And of course, as more price action develops, I will have more trades go on. But this is my investment account for KDA. I'll sell here and I will sell here. And of course, if it goes up and down and up and down, I'll replace different buy orders, different sell orders and stuff like that. But I just want to accumulate a lot of KDA right now as much as possible because I don't think that the bull cycle is over yet. So that's KDA. And as far as Theta goes, did I not answer Theta? Theta. Let's go to there. Theta token, Tether USDT. Yes. Okay. Boom. Let's open this up. So I bought Theta down here. I plan on selling 40%. I want to sell 40% here. In fact, I almost feel like that's too much. I want to sell 25. I'll sell 25% here. And then I'll sell the rest if it hits this big resistance. And then I will try to aim to get back. Of course, if it busts through here, then I'll try to get in on a retest and then sell 80% up here and then just hold the rest. Yeah, and that's going to be for Theta. This is my game plan for Theta. Take a little bit of profits off the table right here, then probably right around 7.4. Hopefully, if the price continues moving up, it'll reach there and then get rejected, and then I'll sell the rest up here. So that's my plan for Theta. And we're going to end this off with a few coins. We're going to end this off with Matic, IMX, Mute, Sys, and Luna. So let's go into Matic right now. If you take a look at Matic, you can see that it actually is coming up to a major resistance, which is pretty significant. So I definitely wouldn't be buying Matic up here, even though the rest of the market is, supposed to be green, or the market in general is supposed to be pretty green. I'm not comfortable buying Matic so close to the resistance. That's on the USDT pair. And then on the Bitcoin pair, it's about halfway up. So this is no man's land pretty much. I would definitely buy it if it comes back down here. So I'm definitely going to make an alert here to purchase it if it comes down on the Bitcoin chart to 35.35. Next up, we have Luna. Luna against Bitcoin. Definitely, I would want to buy it at the 61.8 right here. And I would probably sell some right here or I'll sell 50% here. Oops, I don't need that to be totally capitalized. Sell 50% here. And I would keep the rest for up here. And I will say sell 1% of here. And that would be my trade if Luna comes back down. I mean, this is sort of a long ways for Luna, a drop of 25%, but I really want to see it retest these old highs. Like, I suppose if we go to the 4-hour, you could see it jumped up, and then did it actually retest? It never retested. It never actually retested these highs right here, unless you count this where it comes up and then comes back down, but I don't know if that really counts. So I am going to just say that this whole move up is a wave up of some sort, and it's going to come down to the 61.8. It either comes down to 61.8 or the 38.2, but it's so oversold right now. I mean, excuse me, it's so overbought right now, Luna. Even though I really love it, I just can't. I won't be able to bring myself to buy it right now. However, like I said, it has this great tap of the previous support or previous resistance back into support, and it also has this really clear diag. So if it comes down here, I'll buy some more, but I'm going to put a buy order in for right here, sell 50% here, and then sell the rest, or 90% up here. If we look at Luna USDT, it's just in this parabolic uptrend. I don't see how this could continue on like this. Like I do see a pretty significant drawdown. Well, I mean, I don't see it, but this is just like buying at all-time highs is just giving your money away. Usually the risk is way too much, way too high up here. There's no way I would buy Luna right now. I would definitely wait for it to come down. And this is pretty much the area right here. This is one area that I would put in a small order. I'd say entry 1 small, and then I would put another entry 2 larger down there, and that would be my buys for Luna. All right, next up we have Immutable X or IMX USD. This is actually on KuCoin or FTX, and also Poloniex, but no one really uses that. And it's a really good token, so I'm going to buy some if it does come down here. I'm going to set some orders in on KuCoin for this. And finally, I'm looking at LRC looping right now, and honestly, it's like this just ran up so freaking much. What are you supposed to do in this situation? There's nothing you could do. So let me just check. LRC, yeah, LRC is on Coinbase, so I can make that blue, and LRC BTC is also on Coinbase, so I can make that blue as well. And it's just like, yeah, it ran up so freaking much. There's nothing you could really do. I mean, I guess you could say this is the support against Bitcoin. So if it comes down here, you could buy it, or this is the support down here against USDT. So if it comes down here, you could buy it. And that's literally what I'm doing. I'm just gonna wait, because I have no idea like what's gonna happen. Is it gonna continue to run like insane, or what is it gonna do? I don't know. So I'm going to grab it right here. Although I guess I could do this, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically, this could be a 5-wave structure up. So, all right, looking at it this way, Oh yeah, well then look, I was gonna say looking at it this way, it could be, where's my 5 wave structure? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're getting an ABC correction down, and I don't know if this was like this, right, or if it was simply like, let me get rid of that, down, like basically down to here, and then we're gonna get another retest. So this is a possibility right here. We could say this. We could say buy here, sell here. So this could be a trade, I suppose, to put on. Could be something like that, right? That's an okay trade. That's not a bad trade to put on for loop ring. So okay, I'll put this on. And yeah, I think that might actually be it for this Trading Tuesday. And next Trading Tuesday, I will continue to add more coins to the list, continue to go through more coins. I'm just going to continue to go through as many coins as possible. And we got through a lot. We got through a whole bunch of them this Tuesday. So that's really good. And every time we go through them, I plot everything out. So next time, all I need to do is just simply click it, see where we are, do a tiny bit of analysis, and the analysis gets easier and easier and easier every single time as we continue to do it more and more and more, because we already have the levels laid out. So then all we need to do is really just wait for the levels to wait for the price action to play out and see what happens. And hopefully we will continue to get bullish price action. Very hoping that we get continued bullish price action. And if not, definitely going to lose a lot of money because I am in a ton of trades and going to get stopped out if we tank. So hopefully we don't tank again. Hopefully we keep on going up. I am hoping, and I do believe, like I said in the beginning, that we should see continuation to the upside, and at least for the next day or 2-3 days, hopefully the next hopefully the next week, really, to be honest. But I will be taking my profits very conservatively over the next few days over this week, basically this entire week. And then I will have to reassess what's going to happen, because it's really risky to be super, super aggressive right now, So with saying that, I will make an update video on all of the trades that I'm in tomorrow, and I will continue to put out videos and content for everyone. If you want these trades, by the way, if you want all of these trades as soon as I make them, you could head over to cryptoelite.com/VIP, and you could see that I do have updated. I update all of my trades in the VIP as soon as I create them in these videos. So you get them literally like a day beforehand, before everyone else. You also get the VIP alt signals, which is what I went over in this video, and you get alerts. So as soon as they go off, as soon as the alert goes off, you get it here. And I am setting up these alerts to get pushed to Telegram, so you could get the alerts on your phone as well, which is absolutely key, totally crucial in my opinion. So this is all in the works. It's all working amazingly well, doing really, really good. And if you want to join cryptoelite.com/Discord, you'll see all of my ideal buy zones, everything like that. And oops, I should actually wait. Yeah, I'm gonna need to. Oh no, I'm pretty sure I already updated this. Updated those. Yeah, I updated them in the VIP alt signals. Actually, 1-inch axis. We already got these. Already got these down, and that's gonna be it. So if this was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Like this video. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Like, comment. Like my. Go to Instagram. Go to cryptoelite on Instagram. Follow me there. Twitter @LewisRaskin. And I will talk to you in the next one. Peace out, and keep on stacking those sats. Keep on making those gains, and protect your capital. I'll see you later. Bye.